Good morning and happy Tuesday. Um, I didn't get on here to do my live Monday. It was a holiday here and just took the day for a lot of self reflection and really calming my mind. Not sure about you guys, but how have you been feeling the energy um, around right now? A lot of people I've been seeing their posts that the energy is really intense, and it is. And it's so important for us to find ways to try and keep our energy vibration high and rise above the other energy that we're feeling. And there's so many different ways that we can do that. For me, yesterday, it was um, a lot of organizing. So, my office here, there's some things I want to change. So I started clearing out some stuff because it tends to end up being the household dumping ground for things. So I actually am setting up a corner so I can sit and meditate, just the things that bring me peace. So this is going to be my area where I can find that peace. I can have an environment where I can really get inspired and do the work that I want to do. So the cards are, depending on where we are in our path right now and what we're going through, what we're feeling, what we're working on. Some may resonate with you, some may not. But I think there's an overall theme here. So I'm going to start with the tarot cards this morning. And if you're watching, give me a good morning or a hello. Let me know how you're doing. Um, So the first card that I pulled is a Major Arcana card from my Angel Tarot deck, and it's the card of the Magician. So I'll just read the message on it for you. It says, "You are ready. You have the resources and the ability to manifest them. Life is magical." So this is what we are all aiming for. So we want to bring ourselves into alignment. We want to have that life here that we desire. And sometimes the universe says, okay, I'm going to provide for you, but you also need to get rid of some of this stuff or some of this stuff. And then they throw us the things that might make us feel like we're struggling. Good morning, Tara. How are you? Good morning, Manon. So it's really important when the magician card comes up to learn to trust in the universe. I know for me, the last couple of weeks, maybe even months, I've been really working, doing the inner work, figuring out what it is that might keep me stuck or what I need to release to be able to move forward. And the universe shows up for me every time. And I find the deeper I go, the lessons get a lot harder and really hit my emotions on a more deeper level. So now I allow myself that extra time that I need to sit with things, to process my emotions, but also at the same time, really setting my intentions, doing things that raise my energy vibration and keep me in alignment with what it is I'm attracting. And it's some days it's like a juggling act. Some days I just might want to sit and cry and release those emotions. But I always make sure that I'm doing other things to bring my energy vibration up and keep it where I need it to be. So the magician is telling us we're ready. Um, we're ready to start manifesting. So understand that life is magical and we are worthy of having our best life and learning all those lessons that we came here to choose to that we chose to come here to learn in this lifetime is part of our path. So being able to not look at them as a struggle, but more as an opportunity to learn, release, and grow is really important. The next card that comes up is the Six of Fire. So this again is from my Angel Tarot deck. And the message on here says victory. Good news is on its way, public recognition or awards. So it's for those of you who are feeling, because I feel like some of us are feeling the energy around us, and we have to make sure we don't allow it to consume us because there's a lot of low lying vibrational energy out there, and we can easily get stuck with that. For those of us who are able to stay in alignment, now is a really good time to keep allowing that stream to flow. So that's why we want to stay in that positive vibration and really work hard on that. I keep hearing the phrase when I'm meditating is rise above. So this is not about an ego thing. This is about really focusing on the inner work that we're doing for us to keep our energy vibration where we need it to be. And and that can be a real emotional struggle for us depending on what we're working on. But know that our work is going to pay off and we are so worthy of it. The other card that comes up, it's a reminder for us. So this is my third Angel Tarot and the last one for today. I have some Oracle cards as well, but it's the Five of Water. And the Five of Water says things not turning out the way you hoped, not seeing the positive in a situation, crying over spilled milk. This card has actually come up a lot when I'm working with clients as well. And it's about being mindful of how we respond to the things that are going on around us. So sometimes we wear blinders and we can only see what it is that's right in front of us. So whether it's something we're struggling with or feeling really stuck, feeling sad, those emotions, but not seeing. And if you look at this card, there's a bunch of spilled cups laying around, but then there's these full shiny ones. But because we have the blinders on and we're only looking down, we're not seeing the opportunity that is there right in front of us. So sometimes when things don't turn out the way we expect them to or we hoped, maybe the universe has different plans for us. Maybe they're guiding us to something that is better for us. We can't always see what is down our path and what is coming for us, but the universe knows and they're guiding us. So, and I have so many instances in my life where sometimes I didn't trust back when I was still struggling and stuck in that mindset. But now when I struggle, I automatically, if I'm feeling any emotions that could bring me out of alignment, I sit with those emotions and I ask myself, what is this trying to teach me? What do I need to learn from this? Because everything is an opportunity for us to learn and grow. Sometimes we need to be a little extra gentle with ourselves. This is one of the reasons I talk about having a self care routine. Waking up every morning, practicing gratitude is life changing. It really helps to shift our mindset. And then the other things I do as well with my self care is really important. So now I'm finding I'm spending a little bit more time in self care and doing other things as well. The other card that comes up with that to keep us in alignment is hobbies. So, what do you do for you? So, when I talk about hobbies, I like to think of our minds. We have our logical left brain, um, which a lot of times is coming from ego, but it's also where we can have our fear and our anxiety and that kind of stuff sit that can throw us off. So when we're looking at hobbies, we have a chance to use our right brain, which is our creative side. And when we start to get creative, we raise our energy vibration. Doing hobbies brings us to a place of joy, brings us to a place of calmness, maybe helps to open up things that we're passionate about, and really allows us to get in tune with who we are and what we enjoy. And it's so important for that. One of the things that comes up, this is my other butterfly card for this morning, when we're working on things we enjoy, things we love, um, and this is where I will pull out the paint. And I'm not one to sit and do crafts a lot. I'm very left brain, logical thinker when it comes to things. But when I need to get inspired or I need to try and sit with what I'm working on, I don't want to call it a distraction. I call it using my right brain. I open that up doing hobbies, getting creative, and then things will come to me from the universe, from my angels. Sometimes it comes in meditation as well. I do a lot of automatic writing where I get information from my spirit guides, from my angels. A lot of the things that I post are all downloaded from spirit. So that brings out my creativity as well. But realizations and epiphanies is the next card. Just trying to get it so you can see it, the words. Um, There we go. Okay, so with this card, when we are able to quiet our left overthinking mind, Sometimes things will just come to us, and it's almost like a switch has been flipped, where all of a sudden we start to understand. So, some of the stuff I've been working on is my inner child thing. So, um, I was actually able to this week, yesterday, when I took the day to just kind of focus on me and what my needs were, spending a little more time doing that, I saw that wounded child, that fearful child who was full of anxiety and allowed people to really have power over her and her emotions. And I was able to sit with that, and I was able to give her a hug and tell her that I loved her and apologize to her for not making her a priority, not meeting her needs, and not listening to her voice. So, in doing that, yeah, there was a few tears shed, but I also was able to grow from that and understand that I need to make myself a priority. It's important for me to have my voice heard. And sometimes I need to let go of the things going on around me to be able to do that. It's all part of healing, it's all part of growing and about being gentle with ourselves. So, this card has been coming up, I think, 3 times now in the last week. So, our angels. So, this is from my angel therapy deck. And it says, have you asked our angels for help with this? So it's so important for us to communicate with our angels. They're here to help us. And they won't reach out until we ask for help. So it says your angels want to help you with this situation. However, they require your permission before they can intervene in your free will choices. So I know I made some choices a couple of weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, and I cleaned up my friends list, and um, I sometimes second guess myself on the way I did it, but I was finding I was really struggling with a lot of anger and negativity out there, and started to feel like it was really, um, it was making me feel very emotional. So taking that time to work on me, but I also made that choice, and it wasn't something that I just did like that. It was something I really sat with, because some of the things that come up for my childhood stuff is the need to people please. So, the need to have other people like me. And in doing that, I'm actually harming who I am. I'm not using my voice, I'm not speaking my truth and being true to who I am. So, I mean, this is my personal account, so it's not, to me, it wasn't a big deal, but it was apparently. So, dealing with the aftermath of that and really sitting with the emotions I'm feeling and not allowing myself to self sabotage, and to tear myself down over what it was I was feeling at that time. Good morning, Brenda. How are you today? So, fear is something that comes up for a lot of us, and it can be shown in different ways. So, the Crazy Sexy Love Notes card today says to invite your fears to tea. So it says fears aren't facts. Often they're just scary thoughts or feelings. Instead of judging your fears, invite them to tea. Offer them a cookie and have a chat. Listen to what they have to say. When we're courageous enough to be with what scares us, we receive powerful wisdom. And I've been noticing for me on my path and the growth, the more I work on myself, getting to the deep stuff. So that stuff that I've been carrying most of my life, if not all of it, and understanding that those fears are there and bringing them up to face them and to be able to work on them, um, really triggers me emotionally. And also, it's like there's so much stuff to work through. And that's why I'm gentle with myself. That's why I have a really good self care routine. I want to try and remain in my high vibrational energy and feeling calm and feeling peaceful while I do this work. I don't want the decisions that others are making to really impact how I'm feeling. Um, all I can do is control my response. So I choose to respond in love for myself, love for those around me, and doing what's best for me, making myself a priority. And I know when I do that, things will start to shift. And this is where the other cards take us today. So, noticing changes in relationships. So, this is from my numerology deck. The numbers here are 5, 6. Um, so, relationship changes as we work on ourselves and we start to treat ourselves the way we want to be treated. It can reflect on our relationships and things start to shift. And as those relationships shift, they help us as well. So sometimes people need to do what's best for them. And I always try and respond out of love for myself, out of respect for others and myself, in doing what's right. So understand that relationship changes are all part of our path. And some people are in our lives for the long haul, and some are here just for a short period of time. Um, some will also show their true colors, or they'll project whatever's going on in them. And we don't have to take that on as our own. We need to be responsible for our responses. Um, the next card is from my Love Yourself deck, and it says, I release all blame and turn within to seek the truth. I affirm that I am willing to release the causes and patterns in my consciousness that are creating any negative conditions in my life. And this is the stuff that shows up for us, those patterns. So, what have we done all of our lives? And we do it over and over, expecting a different result. Um, Understanding that having a different response can actually shift that pattern, help us to heal from it, help us to let it go. And sometimes we need to sit with that and try and figure out exactly where that pattern's coming from. There's so many things that we have been raised to believe that now in our lives, maybe we question that. Maybe it doesn't sit with us. And I always like to go to the example of in a pattern in my life, and it's one that's very simple, very logical. I was always raised that you go to work and you work for someone else and you bring home that paycheck. So, what does that do for your dreams? If that's not something that you want to do, then how do you release that pattern? How do you break that pattern? It takes so much courage. It's about really facing those fears and taking that leap and doing what your heart desires and preparing yourself for that. I was raised that you have to go work for someone else. So I'm helping others. I'm helping someone else grow their business and doing what they're passionate about. So is it what I'm passionate about? At the time, I thought it was. And I was always very fortunate to have great jobs throughout my career, but it truly wasn't making me happy. So now that I'm able to do that, I see that that pattern is no longer a part of who I am. That belief is no longer there. So it's about breaking free and doing what you're passionate about, what makes you happy. And every day I'm grateful for that opportunity to help inspire others, to help others find themselves and live their dreams. So the next card is also a numerology card, is about following your dreams. So some of us become so lost in the chaos around us, the energy around us, we lose who we are. Especially women, we often get lost in taking care of everyone else. So we always put ourselves last. We put our needs last. We put our lives on hold. And I loved being a mother. I loved providing for my family. I never thought I would be doing it alone, but most of the time I was. And putting my dreams aside, um, I found my soul, it really harmed my soul. And I think it affected my relationship with my children too. I found myself caught in this cycle of struggle. It's like, oh, you have to provide, you have to provide. So getting stuck in that struggle of providing, I never lived. It was always one fire, putting one fire out, and then the next would start. And just setting myself up in that pattern, that cycle. And to me, it was negative. So being able to rise above that and really focus on what it is and connect with myself and figure out who I was and what my desires were, what my dreams were. And that's what brought me back to the healing with my relationship with my mom. Unfortunately, she had already passed by the time I came to this realization. It was probably about 15, 16 years ago. It was shortly, her passing actually caused me to do a lot of reflection. But in that, I saw how she gave her life for us, for our family, and she dedicated herself to that. But I could also see why she struggled. Um, she didn't have self confidence. She didn't have an identity. She didn't have a voice. She let all those things go. So she sacrificed all of herself for others when we really need to find that balance for us. And I'm so grateful that she did that because it's made me the strong woman that I am today and being able to pursue my dreams and my desires. Kind of wish I would have done it a long time ago, but then I also wouldn't have had all of these wonderful opportunities for growth in my life. So the next two cards coming up are about manifesting and also about following our path. So the first one is from my goddess deck, and it's the card of fortune. So fortune, much in line with the magician and the six of fire, this is about that positive, those positive things we are manifesting coming to us. It's a time to trust, believe, and then start feeling that energy vibration flow back to us. All the things we've worked for, all the things we desire in life, showing now is the time to really start setting our intentions, staying in that vibration to attract that into our life. So for those of you that have been doing the work, you're going to start to see that now. For those of you who are still struggling with some of that stuff, it's really important for you to focus on your self-care. And it's as simple as waking up and practicing gratitude every day. That's a huge start. And it only takes a few minutes. Setting our intentions. What is it we want from our life? What is it that we're passionate about? Maybe finding time to sit and figure out what that is. One of the first things I did when I started to really figure out who I am and where I want to be in my life was reflecting back on my mom and who she was, and also reflecting back on all the experiences throughout my life. So, mental health was a big one in my past. I struggled for years with my mental health. So now I'm really aware of triggers for me and things I need to work through and healing on a deeper level every time it comes around, but trying to stay above that. I've been depressed. I've been depressed and medicated. I have been suicidal. I I don't allow those things to happen to me anymore. I know I'm in control of my response. So when I start to feel those that way, I really need to take some time for me, collect my thoughts and figure out why. Why is this happening? What is triggering this? And oftentimes it's the energy around us. We can easily get dragged down. Other times it's the deep work that we need to do for ourselves and understanding what our purpose is, what our passion is. I know my past. I'm able to understand people who are struggling with their emotions, who might be struggling with depression, who might feel like they can't voice who they are and be true to themselves for whatever fear it's triggering in them. So being able to, good morning, Tony. Good morning, Denise. How are you? So being able to really help use all of those experiences as my strength, as my knowledge, as my skill set to be able to help others. And it makes me really happy when I see others succeeding, when I see others who are really doing the work on themselves and it's paying off, seeing them do the things that they always dreamed of. So I find it really important to empower and support each other on our journey. The last card is from my angel therapy deck, And these are for those of you who are really on your path, so are really starting to pursue the things that you're passionate about. It says you are a powerful light worker, which means we found our purpose and we're here living our truth. It is safe for you to be powerful. Your spiritual power brings great blessings in loving service to the divine. So, understanding that that is our purpose and being able to, no matter how difficult it is, stay in tune with that purpose, stay in alignment with it. Maybe there's more experience we need to add to our toolkit that the universe is sending to us. Maybe there's more lessons we came here to learn. So I don't look at those things as negative or struggling or a burden. This is an opportunity to get in touch with ourselves on a deeper level, an opportunity to let go of things that are stuck there and might be blocking our path, and um, embracing that power that we have to really fulfill our purpose. Um, I'm going to leave those cards with you this week. This is some heavy stuff. So if you're struggling, please reach out. I also have a free mindfulness group that I'm happy to post a link to on here. Feel free to join. I post a lot of positive content. I like it to be a safe place for people to get inspired, to um, have a place where they can go where they're not going to feel that negativity that's out there. And maybe there's some things on there that can help. I also have some short guided meditations on really feeling the power of gratitude, getting in touch with ourselves. So, wishing you a blessed week. And I will be back tomorrow with my live. It'll probably be earlier. School's back, and I drive my grandson to school. And tomorrow I'm at Thrive. Still have a few openings available if anyone is looking for some intuitive guidance. So have an amazing and inspiring day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.